I have the original GR digital back in 2005, and then a few updates later they released a Ricoh GR. It's just called a GR. They updated to a APS-C size sensor, and then since the 2005, now it's 16 years later, they have something practically the same. This is the GR3X. What's the X stand for? It stands for new lens. You know, when I pick it up, I missed having a camera that small that I can like do this. It has been a long time since I have when I can walk around the street and then this just dangling like this, rather than I have to find somewhere to put it away.
In Kung Fu stuff there. In a perfect world, be filming on the ZV-1 and taking photos with this and carry nothing else. I mean, I've just got this bag here today. It fits in that. Not only does it fit one GR3X, fits a GR3 as well.
Whoa.
There you go.
With a special edition hot suit.
Yeah. I've changed the ring. I had a blue ring before, but yeah, I've changed it. They keep falling off. The rings fall off very easy. Hopefully they've changed it with the GR3X to make the rings sticky, because when they supplied this to me, they gave me like a double-sided tape.
Oh,
that was the fix.
Really? Yeah. But this, the ring on here, it got a really satisfying click. Maybe they've changed it. Maybe they've improved it.
Yeah, it's more clicky, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, maybe I shouldn't keep doing it.
You're gonna
ruin it.
You're gonna mess with the ring.
Gonna loosen the ring. But if you're not aware, what is the GR, the Ricoh GR? What's the fuss about? Because it's Ricoh GR, the film one, used by the
Daido Moriyama used this.
Daido Moriyama. But yeah, the digital one, what's special about this digital GR? But the GR digital wasn't that special. It was cool. It was cool though in 2005 because it's black around all the cyber shot, access and cool camera.
Probably not a lot of people knew this, but you had the GR. Was it just the GR, which is the APS? No, not APS-C.
Back then,
before they went APS-C,
yeah,
it was 1-inch sensor.
GR digital.
Yeah.
Not even 1-inch sensor.
I like that. I remember seeing you have that at Red Wolf, where we used to work. And I thought that is cool.
I still have it, but it's shipping to UK
somewhere
by now. It's somewhere on the sea.
And of course, it looks exactly the same. I mean, Ricoh.
Yeah.
If you compare this to the old film camera, it looks pretty much the same without a viewfinder. And that's good, because it is really cool in an understated way, in a kind of, we couldn't be bothered to think too much about the design, but it's functional.
It's already perfect. But what's the GR in the modern day? What does it mean? It is a really small, I'm not sure it is the smallest, but it's the current, the Fujifilm compact APS-C size camera.
I don't think they do that again.
Yeah.
And the Nikon had one as well. It's like the A something.
Yeah, they all probably discontinue. So if you want a current model, this is the only one. Ricoh GR. APS-C sensor, that means it has the same sensor. I mean, not the same sensor, the same size. Like that.
Yeah, I mean,
64.
Nikon had an APS-C 28mm Quiv compact, and so did Fuji. They discontinued it because they gave up. They knew there's only one, the OG and the best. It's a Ricoh.
And GR have been always 21 or 28mm, and this is the first time they released 40mm. Why 40mm? What is it? A weird focal length? Not that weird. I mean, it's actually glad that they go for 40mm because I like 45mm, and 40 is just 5mm difference. So yeah, this is practically a 35. Or if you like 50mm, it's practically 50. I mean, it's not much difference. Just step a bit closer. Wow, somebody going to comment, oh no, you can't zoom with your legs. your feet.
You can if you take your socks off and your shoes. More flexible, isn't it? You can use your toes to wrap around the zoom ring. You can use your legs to zoom.
Is this some kind of art installation? Carefully arranged some kind of barrier over there. Oh, I hope that lady in red crossed the road here. 40mm just feels like home to me. I like shooting with 35mm and 40mm basically the same. I just use it like a 35mm. If you like 50, well, it really doesn't have much difference. And if you like 28, just get the GR3, it is actually the same camera. Actually, a lot of it is the same as the one before it, the GR3. 24 megapixel, 4 fps burst, which is slower than a lot of entry-level DSLR, but that's okay. What else? SR system, shake reduction system. Where's it come from? Contax. After they acquire Contax, isn't it? Oh yeah. Oh, clever. No, so let's look at the camera body of the GR3X. Well, it's exactly the same as GR2, GR3. But if you don't really know about this, yeah, it's like this. I like the metal body. The thing is, back in 2005, between all the Cybershot and Coolpix, those usually have really thin metal. Yeah, they are metal body, but they are really thin metal. This is proper solid metal. I like the mode dial here. The mode dial feels nice, feels really clicky. This adjust button is really great. Oh, by the way, it turns on really quickly. It turns on so snappy. Turn it on, ready to go. My original GR Digital already have this button, and it is the greatest invention on a compact camera ever. Because you have the, before that you have the plus and minus compensation exposure button here. Now you use this for exposure compensation. Other than that, when you press it, it's basically a quick menu. But it is a quick menu that it is quicker than many other quick menu, because you press it and you just flick around different options here, and then you set the setting here. Come on, this is so quicker than other quick menu. Other quick menu, you have to like press a button and then you have to use another button to switch around that. No, this is on press, flick, that's it. But the thing is, I hope there is more option for there's totally 5 you can put on this menu, almost like a dock on a Mac, or the start menu bar thing on Windows. Do they still have that? I don't know. But there's not many options here. For example, I would hope that there is an ND filter on and off. I want to put it on the menu here. Yeah, it got a built-in ND filter. Forgot to mention that. But yeah, that doesn't allow. Another thing really cool is that it got a snap focus here. This is not new on this camera. It have been for years. GR, 2, 3, they all got that. Snap focus, what is that? You can set it to predetermined focusing distance. I set it to 2 meters. So when you set it to snap, it will stick with 2 meters. And on the side, you can see the depth of field as well. Also, you can keep it to AF and then turn on the full press snap here. So now you have autofocusing, but then if you see a shot, you worry that it won't get it in time. For example, usually you have to focus and then compose. If you don't have time for that, just compose and press it down in one go. It will focus to 2 meters. Just skip the autofocusing. On the side, there is a USB-C port here, and you can power the camera with USB-C while you're shooting. Now it got a IIIx. I like that you don't just only switch on or off IIIx thing, because you go to the menu, you can set it to on or off, or it is only on with auto area AF, and I like that because Now I'm using just point focusing, so it will stick to point focusing, so I can focus on something else rather than Kai's face. Or I can just switch it to auto AF. Now you got the square around Kai's face, and when you half press, it recognizes the eye as well. So if I'm not shooting a human object, then I can switch it back to point focusing. Simple. Now let's look at the image quality. You may already realize there is some noticeable vignetting. Funny is that with the compensation turns off or on, I don't see any difference at all. But we will only see vignetting at f2.8. Step down to f4, it's gone. Also at wide open 2.8, you will see some color fringing, but really slight. Only zoom in you can see color fringing. This camera produced really sharp images, even from the center to the edges. I think bokeh is nice. What do you think? Anyway, the most amazing thing about this tiny little camera is that it's a tiny body, but with big performance like other mirrorless. Okay, I keep saying, oh, it's great, it's great. Oh, I'm so biased about it. But one thing's not great is the autofocusing. Yeah. Face detection, it doesn't mean everything. It means it's better than before a bit, but then it's still, for today's standard, no, it's not quick at all. Some say because it's the lens design, because when you focus, the whole lens moves, rather than just a little bit element inside that move a little bit. But as you can see, it's not slow, but for today's standard, yeah, it's not as quick as some other. I mean, most other cameras these days like instant focusing. This is not instant. You can see it. You can see it focus. That's the difference. So, oh, look at that. This video mode is pretty good, isn't it? It's color is great. Focusing is great. IIX is great. No, actually, this is an iPhone. And this is the GR. It's autofocus. Because the focusing is so slow, and I think the shake reduction is alright.
I always find it a little bit too much. It kind of looks a bit fake.
Actually, I'm not sure. I probably have to look at it back in the computer. But then, yeah, it's really autofocus. It's worse than Panasonic. So
it's slow.
Face detection doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean everything. Also, it only got P mode. And it only had 24, 30 and 60 frames per second, only in 1080. So yeah, I will just use my phone. And this button, just set it to something else. One really very nice thing about this camera is that it shoots DNG. It doesn't have their own raw file like many, like practically all other camera manufacturer. You have to wait for it to. You have to wait for the Lightroom to support your new camera. Sometimes take weeks. Ever since the 2005 GR digital, it shoot DNG. But then back then it's funny because it takes like 10 seconds to save a DNG file. It's funny, but then it works. I mean, just like this, even this is unannounced, this is going to be announced tomorrow. I can read the Lightroom, already read the DNG from this. So great! I always think the GR is a great camera, just without a viewfinder that I really want. But now with an equivalent 40mm lens, it just fits my style. Such a small camera but with big performance, just as good as mirrorless and DSLR. There's just not another similar product on the market right now. Yeah, the Fujifilm had the X100, but these days, a lot of mirrorless are as small as the X100. Back in the days, we have so many different kinds of compact film cameras to choose from. But now, it seems that this is the only truly great, truly compact camera left on the market. I'm so glad that Ricoh keep this alive.